150 episodes. So much pony, and it never stops. The pony never stops. And I'm okay with that. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Brony Show, episode 450. And I am your host, here to bring you another week of Brony shenanigans. Of course, I am Circuit Main. And I have with me a wonderful group of panelists. We are joined by Death Light Productions.
Hey.
DM21.
As long as they're horses, there's Equestria.
Indeed. We are also joined by Tech Stallion.
Yep.
And we also have Suki of the Otaku Ascended.
I'm paying attention, I swear.
And,
Yep.
sorry, that's everybody. Anybody else who joined in now, it's too late. Sorry, it just, we're too late. We're done with intros now.
I am not having a good day at the moment, Circuit, so please stop with the fuckery.
Okay, hold on, dial it back a bit, man. We're just messing.
I saw him earlier in the Twitch chat of his rage, so much rage.
Well, I can understand him being upset. So, in all honesty, we're just messing around. But yeah, if you, right.
Dude, I'm just at the breaking point for today. Come back tomorrow and I might be reset to not be as salty and or as rage-filled.
All right, but look, okay, we'll just go ahead and move on then. But in any case, yes, we're here to bring you the Brony community for another week, and this time we have TruckCon. So yeah, TruckCon online came and went this weekend. It was a lot of fun, and I got to check out a few things. I didn't get to check out as many panels as I would have liked, unfortunately. Work and timing just did not work for me this weekend, but I did check out the vendor halls, and I found out about an interesting game that some people are making called Stoneacorn Worlds, and this game is on itch.io, and we are going to give it a try a little bit later. So we're going to talk about that. But first, of course, we should warm up our vocal cords. Give a little bit of what's going on in our daily lives, just to keep everybody entertained, and also, warm us up a bit. A little bit of what's up, Brony. So I must ask to all of you, what's up, Bronies?
It's way too hot here right now.
I feel that, unfortunately. I think hopefully by the end of the week we might actually start seeing getting back down to not trying to melt my ice cream while it's in the freezer temperatures.
It's 83 degrees, but my body temp got high enough yesterday that I had to stay home from work.
It was so hot
that
yesterday,
sucks.
the pops I brought home for supper were actually warm.
You know what? Let's do this then. You know what? It was so hot yesterday. I took off the 4 inches of memory foam that I bought off of Amazon that I've been laying on my bed for the last several years and put it away because it just made my bed too stupid hot every night. I'm actually not kidding. That stuff does not breathe.
It don't.
It don't. And it was weird. It was weird. I went to lay down last night after I took it off, and I'm used to just like flumping in my bed. And I just like boom, and I almost bounced off onto the floor. I usually sink into that thing, and I ended up almost catapulting myself.
Fortunately, over here it cooled down during the evening, but I don't know for tonight.
I think I'm gonna keep the memory foam off. In all honesty, I've been wondering if it's been messing with me since every time I wake up with that stuff, I felt like I was trying to move my sluggish body outside. It is really weird.
Meanwhile, I guess
Suffering
because
global warming right now.
because of the tropical systems going off the coast over this side, I think it actually cooled down over the last couple of days over here.
That would not be surprising.
Yes.
Oh, that's well. I mean, sucks for you. I mean, us. It sucks for us. Good for you. You get. Nah.
Cold front.
Yeah.
Well, it looks like your buddies to the north might be seeing rain.
Actually, we got a little bit of rain earlier,
over
but
here.
yeah, I got a little bit of rain here. Welcome to the Brony Show. We're talking about weather.
Yeah. Okay, then-
Yeah.
I was gonna
Pegasus,
say,
do your job. Make the weather rainy again.
All right.
yeah. I was gonna say, I've been working on a Discord server for my VTubing stuff, and I finally decided, screw it, I'm just gonna go ahead and open it up. I posted on Twitter. I immediately get somebody trying to trick people into clicking links.
What?
I have something
Somebody's
similar to
desperate.
that.
Oh
Yeah,
wow!
And I know it was just somebody trying to get people's information because they joined the server. They put that up, and in fact, I think what they said is still in there. Yeah, I can do a magic trick by sending one link. I know your battery,
Oh my! Oh!
and they post the link. So I immediately made a rule that you can't use URL shorteners, and I delete it, basically saying for safety and the way you phrased that, I'm deleting that link. He goes, okay. Changed his name 3 hours later, and now he's not in the server anymore.
Yeah, that's
That-
generally not a good thing.
That's just amazing! Wow!
Well,
There you go.
Dark's
folks. I'm not
always-
important.
Sharks will always try to find new feeding pools.
Yeah, I suppose.
Yeah, congratulations. You went to a place that had 11 people in it. Good job.
Yeah.
good job, boyo.
Yeah, that's 11 people that you could have scammed, but didn't.
No, hopefully these 11 people are smart enough to not click on stupid links that are obviously fishing for crap.
Oh, I was. Someone commented on the panel I did for Ponies Online this year, and someone said, "Oh, I love this video. Hey, I can help promote your thing." I checked the profile. It was created this month, roughly 12 days ago. Yeah, no, I was born at night, but it wasn't last night, sucker.
Okay, Deathlight, I have to ask. You just posted this, and now I'm intensely curious. How much was in that thing?
Want to take a guess?
You know what? I will. So here's the
Wait,
image.
is
Here's the
it
image for
yes?
everybody. Okay, so I can see some quarters along the side, but there's also pennies. Seems to be a good mix of a good chunk of pennies, quarters. I do see
Hardly
a
any
couple
nickels
of dimes.
from what I've seen.
I'm going to guess.
Dimes, quarters, pennies, but no nickels.
No, there's a
Well,
couple.
there
There's some
Very-
nickels in
very
there
few
too.
Nickels, very few nickels.
There's very few nickels. Yeah, I can see some of them though. I'm gonna guess $17.23.
I'm guessing at least 100.
No.
$22.
Okay, anybody else?
Let's see. Looking at that, that's probably. Let's see. There's a good number of quarters in there too.
Chat room, get your guesses in while you can.
I'll go a little bit higher. I'll go like 26. I'll go 26.50. I was thinking 26.27.
All right.
Already
And
got one
chat.
person right here chatting, so. we'll just wait
Well,
for a
chat room
second.
will get them in as they go, so we'll just see. Yes, they're already starting to
Maybe
trickle in
there's
here.
something put up 46.
Oh, I can tell you one thing. I did not have a fun Saturday as I decided to walk for 5 miles to take care of a thing that needed to get done. I left at 7 p.m., got home around 10, and I just went, that was a trip, and then I had to work the next day. Was not fun, but I took care of business.
Right.
So,
Oh, damn!
the exact amount is $139.15.
Whoa.
Yeah, I told ya.
Well, sorry, I never exactly hit a treasure trove whenever I cash in my coins.
That's just after a year of collection. Like I get a jar about that full every year. So when I'm from my work.
That
By the
big
way,
boy.
Guys,
the
a penny
hint,
saved is
you have
definitely a
loose
penny
toys around
earned.
the house. Store them. Don't just ignore them.
That plush Yona in the bottom left corner is kind of adorable.
Oh yeah, I like that, so I
But-
couldn't resist putting that in there.
But
Yeah, for my workplace, it's been going pretty good.
Mm.
We finally worked out a deal for me to drive my own personal truck. For a second yard and stuff, it's basically going to be 50 cents per mile. which is actually pretty major because that's just extra $50 pretty much a week that goes onto my account.
Yeah.
And they also agreed to fill up my truck like either once a week or once every 2 weeks. So that's basically like $100. I don't have to worry about having to fill up my truck.
Yeah, right now I'm just trying to convince my work to just let me keep teleworking forever.
Yeah. And I finally got an amp for my truck, so now all 4 of my speakers are working. It only took half a year.
Well, considering you even got them working, given how, the whole supply and demand thing.
I don't think speakers are exactly in high demand right now.
I bought this truck clear back in December, right before all the cars rose in price. So I bought this truck for like only $2,000. New engine, rebuilt engine for like another $2,000. And now I'm seeing those trucks those trucks go for like $10,000 to $15,000.
Okay, I'm just gonna bury myself in another hole until something else hits. Please, everything's getting too expensive.
It is, honestly.
It'll get better once the whole demand and supply even out, if it ever does.
But it's just crazy to me because that is a 16-year-old pickup, and brand new off the lot 16 years ago they were around like $40,000. So the fact that they retained about half their value 15 years later right now is pretty crazy to think about.
I can stipulate on why that might be, but I think we're gonna getting a little.
I can tell you exactly why that is, but we won't go into the politics and the supply and demand of it.
Yeah. Instead, let's go into ponies.
Yes.
So I'm gonna try something a little bit different here because I'm all for learning and educating myself. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen with our Discord here so they can actually see what the heck I'm talking about without having to wait for Twitch to catch up. Now, of course, as normal, we are going to jump right into G5 news. So there's your spoiler tag, everybody. G5 information. Granted, this will be shorter than usual, but still important nonetheless. So,
given some of the info that has been given out, yeah, it's pretty important.
Actually, not really. In fact, only if you're that meticulous. Netflix has revealed the exact time that the movie for My Little Pony will be released on Netflix. 12 a.m. Pacific Standard Time.
I thought it was Mountain Time.
No, I'm Mountain Time.
Why would it be Mountain Time? That's just weird.
Yeah, most major releases either go for an Eastern or a Pacific time if they're not going to go for a Greenwich mean time.
Yeah, I guess it depends.
Yeah.
I guess it depends. It also depends. Some places it depends on like where they're located.
Yeah.
Things like that. Because let me think here. Shit. Like I know. Like being a Destiny player, I know Bungie basically said, okay, we're gonna do the weekly resets, or basically any daily resets of Destiny at basically 10 a.m. our time, which they're out in Seattle, and that basically essentially for them that's like an hour after I guess their office is open, so that way it's essentially like staff could get in and be ready.
Well, also it's a way of fixing any bugs you may find before it goes live.
No, they're going live and then they find the bugs. No. They go live and then they find the bugs.
Yeah. And then which of course means for like me out here Eastern, that's usually 1 p.m. except for obviously in the summer. Now it's 12.
Yeah.
Okay, Scout, time to go find some bugs to squash.
Oh yeah, Sonic's talking about how it looks like a lot of wrestling events started to do live audiences again.
So yeah.
Nice.
No, I didn't say it because I didn't think I needed to bring it up here. I don't know. It just didn't feel like something to. Didn't feel like something to bring up on this show.
Nah, it's all right.
We're very general pop culture at this point.
Well, no, we're not. Well, we try to keep it pony, but we'll dabble into what we love here and there because
Do you have plans for streaming the thing or watching it together?
I am thinking about streaming it on the Discord at some point. Granted, everybody is looking to plan it too, so
Yeah.
I gotta plan around the plans that they're planning.
I am not going into the major speech from Helsing because, dang it, that's too hard to remember.
Instead, let's talk about how the new Polish My Little Pony G5 book gave a nice little tidbit about Sonny and Hitch. So,
oh my, that image.
okay, so
I really like that image. That's pretty cool. Anyways.
okay, so before we actually reveal what that little tidbit was, does anybody want to take a wild shot in the dark, or are we just going to go ahead and assume on the image?
Either
We
he's
go with assumptions here.
he's crushing on Sunny or any of the other girls.
Boys getting the fun dip.
He's not wrong.
No. Let's see.
He gets a lot to choose from.
All right, so what has officially, quote unquote, been revealed as a tidbit? Hitch Trailblazer is a childhood friend of Sunny Star Scout.
Oh,
Neighborhood childhood story. Oh my god.
Oh my god!
Hey, he can still be getting the fun dip.
Oh, I'm not gonna argue that. I'm not gonna argue the fun dip. I mean, heck, we watch anime. We already know that childhood friends usually get the fun dip. But
Yeah.
Oh, they'd be very
that's
close
made it more of
friends.
a possibility.
wait, it's just something funny that I had to knock on because it's like they're childhood friends, and it's like, yeah.
By the way, I have no idea if that's actually a phrase or if I just made something up that I'm now going to make a meme on my streams.
Actually,
You know
no,
what? We
keep
got a
on
bunch of
saying-
magical, colorful ponies. If it's not a meme, you meme it.
When these characters were
Wow.
revealed, I jokingly said, "Okay, these two are either brother or sister, or at the end of it end up together."
They could
Or
be
they're about to
both.
get the fun, or they're about to get the fun dip. There you go.
I guess they're about to get the one.
I'm going to make this a thing. I'm going to make this a thing. Damn you.
Okay, everybody, we are seeing the birth of ramrodding a meme here. We saw the birth
Well,
of plot, and now we're seeing the birth of fun dip.
It doesn't help like at the very end of the close to the end of the thing where they put in bold, together with his childhood friend, and new friends, he embarks on an adventurous journey. At the end, she will have an extraordinary surprise.
Oh, you're getting the fun dip. The fun dip
So yeah, it's not helping the cause.
Surprise! So
No. Yeah,
Oh,
remember though, this is a Polish book, and I'm sure there's a Google Translate in there, so I wouldn't take. Too
Yeah,
much.
it's Google translated because
Yeah.
you just look at with his childhood friend Hitch Trailblazer, and I'm like, wouldn't it be with her childhood friend? But anyways,
Actually, maybe that's a surprise.
Thank
His
you,
child,
Google Translate.
Sonny is Sonny and his. We're in
Yeah.
that. It's that kind of world now. It's that kind of world.
Yeah.
Don't knock it. Anyway, I'm kidding. Anyway, that's it for the that's it for the that's it for the G5 news. Let's go ahead and go to the G5 merchandise. So yeah, here's a bunch of back shots of all of the stuff we already talked about.
boots.
And the only reason we're bringing it up is apparently we have a bridal wood shot in for Izzy here, and that's it. So yeah, we get a little look at bridal. Oh my god!
Look at all those accessories.
No,
Actually,
I'm
the
looking at
background image really caught me off guard.
Yeah, the background images on a lot of their stuff is kind of surprising. Like,
It looks
why
kind of.
do the backgrounds look so good?
I mean, they look really good. It's kind of like mystical forest kind of good, and it's got me. It actually has me a little curious here, which also scares the hell out of me because it's got me intrigued, and that means I don't know if it's going to be as good as I'm intrigued by.
Perhaps their town or city is within the depths of a mystical forest.
Oh well, I'm pretty much gonna guess on that, especially since apparently unicorns kind of vanished for some reason or something like that. Or at least they're making the assumption that unicorns haven't been seen in a long time for some reason. Or they're outcast in some way. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see what they do. I don't know what's going on. Seriously, I mean, I keep reading synopsis and things like this for this movie, and I don't know what's going on. So instead, let's go ahead and look at something so we don't know what's going on. Here's a Generation 5 bed sheets.
Again.
Yeah.
Marketable too.
No, that's still a trio.
Well, you got the trio,
Yeah,
but you got
they're
the,
more marketable compared to Pip, though. That's why the pillow only has two faces.
which is more hilarious considering Pip is supposed to be.
Pillow. That's a hitch on that pillow.
Hold on,
Yeah,
hold
the
on.
besties pillow, but anyway.
Yeah, but we got to remember that
pillow down there.
we got to remember Trippy is supposed to be a pop star.
Yeah.
True.
But she can't be there all the time, so that makes sense.
Yeah. I think the pillow, it might either be two pillows or reversible, but Jesus,
These are
the face is just
really bright.
I don't know what to think of the faces. I mean, it's just weird.
It's the shading that does it.
Maybe it is. I don't know. There's something about getting drawn art and just CG pictures.
CG still pictures are more terrifying.
Coal dust. Can you explain it? Summon the coal dust.
I rather
Uncanny
see them in
valley.
motion than
I'll
this.
hit the train whistle.
That has got to be the worst Zelda whistle I have ever heard.
I was gonna say that sounded a bit like an ocarina there.
There's the crack.
Whistle.
There's cracking
I
his
just have
off.
No,
now.
stop! Epona's already showing up in the ocean. Stop torturing her. Moving on.
I have a train whistle with 3 notches in it, so sue me for having.
Stop summoning
Hey,
the Sky
hey, it
Wind. It has
works.
enough problems.
Moving on though. The other thing that I just can't get over is the bottom of the blanket here. This just. I feel like if you were to stick your head under this thing, it would actually blind you and not let you sleep.
Believe.
How could you sleep with this over your head? I want to know that.
It's just so brightly colored. I just have headaches all the time.
Yeah, right?
So many miscolored rainbows.
And
Maybe if
it's
you
not
run
just
through the
that,
wash like 2 or 3 times, it's dull at all.
it's not just the blankets, the sheets look like this too.
Yeah.
It's like, wow, do you want these kids to sleep at any point? Jeez.
No.
We are your new nightmare fuel. We have cookies.
Don't look under the bed.
Don't you mean they have fun dip? Oh, okay.
Second, remember, I found a face bank, so don't tempt me on finding nightmare fuel.
No, I'm not gonna tempt that. Instead, we're gonna just go ahead and move on here.
Whoa.
So with that is the end of G5 and spoilers. You may now feel free to continue observing the show. Yes. So as mentioned, this weekend the online pony convention for TruckCon came and it went, and it was fun. I enjoyed it as best I could. I didn't get to see a lot of the panels. I didn't get to check out the merch hall that they had, though. I even checked out the Pony Fest room that they had. They actually had not Pony Fest, Ponytown room. But yeah, they had a big Ponytown room where they were streaming a lot of the events as well as letting people gather and be social.
Sombra novelty on Crystal.
If you're gonna have a crystal, you gotta nom on it, man.
Exactly. Got it. No.
You gotta nom nom
Unless
nom.
it's crystal meth, then you're in for a bad trip.
All right, and as for some final announcements that they had, they had on the Ponytown server, and this is going to blow some people's minds. 26,902 separate visitors.
I would have to say that they got that pretty well optimized at this point.
Yeah. Yeah, that I'm pretty sure they kind of probably kept popping in and out as the whole entire weekend went, but that is
Holy crap, there are horses.
That's a lot of numbers, and it makes me excited that the Brony community is still out there. Granted, we don't see as many videos, but there's still a lot. I like that. It's nice. Of course, we do have to also make mention that TruckCon is setting sail for December, where they're going to have their winter convention in December, which will be about the 16th to the 18th, if I recall. No, 17th to the 19th. I got so close.
We beat Griffin Pirates behind these.
Yeah. And I am already going to go. In fact, I bought my passes earlier this weekend because they currently have a 10% off discount code for the rest of the week. So if anybody has any interest, if anybody here has any interest at all to go to TruckCon, you might want to grab a pass while the code is still good if you want to keep your expenses at least a little low.
I bought it in early, and I have a hotel room if people need to crash.
Alright. And, other than that, blah, blah, blah. Sorry, my brain just fuzzed up there. So, yeah, that is it for TruckCon. The next convention, Gallapunk 2021. So, what is Gallapunk 2021?
Why do I see Galacon and having a cyberpunk aesthetic?
Because it's
I
Galacon.
really don't know.
The actual game.
Because it's Galacon with the cyberpunk aesthetic. So yeah, the Galacon, or the online European convention that I believe is based in Germany, and I'm sure probably insulted somebody there.
You believe it so?
I believe it's so. I believe it's in Germany. Yeah, sorry.
And release the bat on.
No, I actually love. I love the European people. They're great. I'm so sorry. I keep tripping over accents, and I'm really not trying to. I'm really not.
Second, we're American. We do that shit.
And that's why I don't want to. Anyway, moving on. So, yeah, Galacon or Gallapunk 2021 will be happening this weekend. So, if you want to check out the schedule as well as see all of the fun events that are going on, this is happening the exact same time as Pioneer Day here in Utah. Huh, go figure.
That's about right.
Double W Brothers.
But yeah, it looks like it's this pretty small convention. They got a few panels, they got some interviews, music, things going on. So, it'll make for a fun evening or a fun afternoon, if you will.
Charity auction.
I'd say it's pretty much just an afternoon.
Yeah.
Unless you want to stay up real late to get the early morning stuff.
And, they don't have spirit badges. They have anything in the merchant shop? And look at all this awesome stuff you could buy with euros and horrible shipping costs. No, seriously, I would so love to get the shirt, but I'm pretty sure it would cost about as much to ship it as it would to buy the shirt.
Yes, it'll only cost you $30, but then it'll cost you another $50 to get it over here.
Yeah, I'd almost also want to get this one. Oh, that is horrible nostalgia, and I love it. Actually, it looks like they're out of stock on that too. Actually, are they?
By the way, you know the funniest thing? I don't think that that the EU or anyone on that side had America Online because, the obvious AOL. So
You'd be surprised.
Right?
You might be surprised. We'll leave it alone for now. But yeah, if you are at all curious, check it out. It will be this weekend, so you can have a little bit of fun this weekend with Gallapunk. And after that, the next convention is going to be physical. We're going to get physical. Oh, yeah.
Let's get physical.
Physical.
But yes, finally, after a year and a half and me losing what's left of my tiny whittle cranium, Everfree Northwest will be coming back at Bellevue, Washington, at Hyatt Regency. I have my hotel, I have my flights, I have some preemptive plans on how in the hell I'm going to get to the airport. I have my badge. I should remember to get the badge. Yeah, you want to make sure you get the badge. It'd be stupid if you didn't after making all the other plans. But yes, Everfree Northwest in Seattle it'll be here in just a few weeks. And of course, that weekend there probably won't be a Brony show because I'll be trying to get back home and recovering after that. But yeah, I'll let you guys know all about it. However, if you're going to be going, drop a line, let us know, or have some fun. Either case, conventions are happening again.
Yay!
Yay!
Also,
The fandom is healing. I'm sorry, I'm gonna make a dumb joke now. The fandom is healing. Conventions are starting to happen.
By the way,
pancakes are
here's
finally
something
running out.
funny that I just found out about.
What?
Yes, there was an AOL Europe, shorthand for America Online Europe.
Well, it's probably because
Good
AOL.
God.
It's probably because AOL was based in America and it became more of an acronym than the fact that people know it meant America Online. I don't know. Let's still look at other merch. So, Generation 5 is starting to roll in merch, so do you know what's going to happen now?
Knockoffs.
Even better. We're going to get My Lovely Horse Happy Time knockoffs in the US.
Oh.
So,
I
yes.
don't think they're gonna last long.
They probably won't. I'm still gonna keep an eye out. If I can actually find one of these, if I can find one of these, I am so going to get it. But yeah.
And cue the Hasbro lawsuit for having Twilight on the cover.
That's kind of what I mean.
Yeah.
Not to mention the photos of all the main 6 up there.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's for some reason these started to pop up over at apparently a mall called Dream. Sorry,
The only one missing up in that image is Rainbow Dash.
Why are all of these freaking Equestria girls or knockoff Equestria girls? No, this is amazing. It's obviously a knockoff. The name is completely wrong. Obviously, they got Twilight Sparkle just sitting there, and they have Equestria girl knockoffs.
If they're more like humans.
It's just wow. There's so much about this, so much.
It gets even better if you look at the box at the very bottom.
Actually, oh my God, that is
you lovely.
Oh dear world, there is no jury in the world that
yeah,
wouldn't.
that's what I mean. They're gonna get blown out really quick.
Everything about this is horrible and hilarious.
Cease and desist hammer, boyos.
Let's go ahead and move on. I don't think my brain can take any more. So, who wants to blow another $100?
I already do that on Gundam.
You assume I have another 100?
No, maybe you do.
Racing circuit.
Kotobukiya has announced the Rarity Limited Edition. Of course, as with all the other Kotobukiya figures, they have been
music video.
Their hair is sparkly, and the human character has a more pony tone. So basically, she's more white than the Bible Belt. Oh, sorry.
No,
she's a vampire.
She's a vampire.
Damn.
We got Rarity, the
You're
Chinese.
bleaching your clothing, not
the
your
Chinese
skin.
doll, the vampire. I don't know. Yeah, people know what I mean when I say the Chinese doll, right? Just those white dolls that they used to have.
Oh yeah, the porcelain dolls.
Yeah, the white
Now
porcelain
she's
dolls.
a little mushroom, marshmallow human.
Yeah. And yeah, but it still looks really nice. We joke, but it's honestly really nice. My normal site that I go to pre-order these, Big Bad Toy Store, has already sold out of them. So I pre-ordered straight from the horse's mouth, as it were. So I got a pre-order from Kotobukiya for this. Directly from them.
Oh, you know, a lot of stuff's going to be slowed down because of the Olympics.
This is coming out in November.
Still.
Yeah.
Which a lot of games are coming out around the time.
Yeah. Yeah, sure enough. But yeah, so if you ever wanted to get a shiny sparkle rarity, now you may want to get your hands on it before it runs out because it looks like it's already going out pretty quickly.
Seems she's been watching Twilight.
Yeah.
I was waiting for that. I honestly was.
Wahaha. So, My Little Pony comics. Yep, we're still going to talk about these a little bit. Issue 100 has been released last week. I still got to pick mine up from the comic book store.
Same here. I wish I had the time to pick out which variant covers they might have had at last week, but I couldn't go.
I'm okay with the standard cover they have. Just those statues and the irritated Spike is enough for me.
Yes, this is
Oh,
the best.
so that's
Honestly,
not the
I love
retail
it.
incentive then.
No, this is actually the normal cover that you get.
Awesome.
Yeah, which is crazy to think about because normally stuff by Andy Price is the limited edition stuff.
And sometimes. I'm glad that it wasn't this time around. But yeah, no, cover B has this. The cover B is not too bad, and yeah, the retail incentive one is just the weirdest one. But we already went over this last week or week before.
Yeah.
But yeah, this one, this particular comic
Well, the case is
deals.
the retail incentive cover is not that popular amongst us.
Yeah. Well, we know what we like, and we like the more cartoony, jump bumbly one, which has a lot more attitude to it. Let's just say it has a lot more
Kind of,
energy, a lot more attitude, a lot more personality. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
You can really tell that he's done comics in a while because he knows how to exacerbate the emotions.
Yeah, just brings him out just enough to show him off and have fun with it, but not make it overbearing.
Yeah.
So, and if you're curious what the issue is about, there is a extended preview that is available on Equestria Daily. So you can take a look at the first few pages. So here's an image of Rainbow Dash eating corn. We're not going to show any more because it is the 100th issue. We don't want to spoil too much for you guys. Except for Rainbow Dash eating corn.
But what happens to the corn?
Rainbow Dash eats the corn.
Comes up the other end.
What?
Yes. Oh, and Vaguely Creepy is almost just in time. Yeah, that's going to be fun in another way, but we'll get to that in a moment. So, before we get on to content creation, the final little bit of news here, and this is something we're going to have to check out at some point in the near future. Stardew Valley has a pony mod in the works, with 3 characters currently available.
Oh, we know who's second's trying to romance.
Yeah, Pinkie Pie. I mean, look at
Pinkie Pie.
Look at Fluttershy here. Yeah, Fluttershy
No,
here.
not all the main 6.
Okay, so yeah, they only got 3 so far. They're working on the rest of them. Now I don't know if they're just replacing a character outright or if they are added in so that they're their own separate characters. Oh wow,
That
you
would be
even got him in the
kinda
wedding.
odd since you would have to add buildings.
Gotta have wedding dresses and everything there. So yeah, you can see a lot of work has been done. The whole plan, of course, is to get at least the main 6. I don't know if there's anything more. Let's see. It replaces. Replaces the Bachelorettes with ponies. Currently, Fluttershy, Twilight, Pinkie Pie. Other characters are being added. So yeah, this replaces some of the characters in the game with My Little Pony characters. So if you wanted to have a fun dip time with Abigail and Pinkie Pie, that may not be an option.
Oh man. I just love that the mod is called
Horsewomen.
Horsewomen.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the best part.
The Horsewomen mod, everybody. And the best part is Nexus mod is set so that they're no longer allowing people to delete mods off of it. So it's going to be here forever.
Well,
Cool.
actually, that makes sense because
Forever.
if you publish a mod and someone wants to install it, but, want to update it,
And it's not exactly the problem there, but yeah. So, with that out of the way, let's go ahead and get on to fan submissions and suggestions. And of course, we had the challenge of the week, which, taking a page from my book, was exhaustion. Exhaustion. But we also had the protest initiative challenge.
Hey, it worked.
No, it didn't.
Welcome.
Cole did that out of spite.
Welcome.
Cole, welcome.
No, I was just listening in close and heard the things.
So we had
love
the
and death lights.
I'm gonna be real with you. I forgot to open up the show. I've been busy cleaning because, I kind of let the place go during the pandemic, and I've got.
No, I get you, man. I get you.
dude. I spent an entire day vacuuming my floor over and over. You don't have to worry about me judging.
Yo, so like, I was planning on doing a bunch of cleaning and stuff this weekend, but like, also I had to prepare the train station too because trains started running again.
Are you packing your little train in?
I'm not sure how I like the way you phrase that, but
I'm not sure how to think of that.
I am training once again.
This has been out of context
Yes.
with coal dust.
Well, here's the thing. I didn't want to go. First thing that came to my head was conductor. No, he is the station manager, but I didn't say station manager.
I'm not even a station manager. I am a caretaker.
My fault.
Yeah. Okay, Mr. Janitor.
Basically, yeah, 100%. I am a janitor who. Well, I can't even say I'm the janitor who answers the phone because we don't have a phone. We don't have one
21st
currently.
century, how can you not?
During the pandemic, they got rid of our phone, and they're going to give us an upgraded one, which they have not yet, because
So,
our
standard
infrastructure was
railroad
so
procedure?
old.
So-called standard railway procedure. They say they'll get it to you as soon as possible. It's about 6 months later. They haven't done shit.
Not necessarily. Well, okay. Here's the thing. You can't say standard railroad procedure because every goddamn railroad is kind of
So
different.
what you're telling me is your station still just
Yeah.
has a telegraph line and nothing more.
Oh, we don't even have a telegraph line. we currently we're vibing on the
That is one cute comment.
Amtrak app.
Oh God.
Nice.
We
So,
will have
hey-
upgraded stuff, so that will be a thing that will be coming down the line. It just hasn't arrived yet, so you know.
So what are we doing? What are we doing? What's
Well,
up with
the
this
challenge,
missions?
Well,
Yeah,
as mentioned,
What is
the
challenge?
challenge of the week was exhaustion, but we also had the protest initiative challenge.
That's right, the protest initiative challenge of last week. The BronyShow.net.
I also put.
You know what? I'm not gonna be sad. I'm not gonna be sad because he's able to go to the site and it works. So yes,
Yeah.
We're
it's
not
true.
laughing at that. We're just laughing that he said it out loud.
I know, but
Cutie,
the fact that he could do it makes me happy.
cutie marks on the face. That is the protest initiative. Oh, I could have done something. But I'm so. I really wanted to do something for that this week. Busy.
It'll
So-
just be late.
We did get a couple of art entries from Deathlight. Of course, I'm pretty sure that. I mean, if you could draw like this, though, Deathlight, all power to you, man. That is awesome. But I don't think that's your art, is it?
No, if you look in the corner, you can see the signatures.
Oh, nice. You could barely see that there. So yeah, nice.
The one after this one is
Yeah.
it's really
Sketchy.
adorable.
It's adorable.
Yeah. You might remember this one like almost like 2 or 3 months back. We just got the sketch of it, and I'm like, oh, well, I'll
Silver
find
eye,
the color.
brown
We did.
eye.
Actually, it kind of works because at least last week's prompt was tacos. And speaking of which,
Yeah.
now everybody remembers that I mentioned the story, and I mentioned that I couldn't quite get it finished because everything went completely to pot, and I couldn't even find what I did right, so I couldn't reiterate what I did do.
You found it, didn't you?
I found it. I spent the last night wrapping it up and also incorporating this week's prompts on it. So, as much
You
as
know
I
the
would, I
funny
can
thing?
read this. I can read this all on my own happy lonesome. But I was wondering if some people would like to join me in reading this.
Me.
For that commission, I wasn't even thinking about that prompt. I'm like, what's a good comfort food that I used to love when I was landscaping and stuff, and I still love?
Yeah, sorry,
Oh,
Syncry, we're
the
nothing
tacos from
Jackbox.
taco
Yeah.
trucks.
Oh, Sonic. Actually, I don't think there isn't any signatures on the taco truck here, unless the artist is literally named Taco Tuesdays, which that would be an awesome artist name.
That is
Somewhere out
that
there
is
it's been
from
copyrighted.
So
that is from Raven or Fetty or Cinna, whatever. She gone by multiple names. I think she's trying to go with Cinna now for her main, not Cinna. Confetti cakes now for her main soda for things. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take it. I'll take it. The story
No, this is-
the story is not on anywhere except on my own Google Doc. But are you talking about the art? My apologies, Sonic. If there's anywhere to locate the art, I guess Deathlight would be the one to tell us. He just put the art in our.
That
Discord
is a good
message.
question. I know I can find it on Twitter. I can grab a link from Twitter real quick.
All right. As for the story here, who else said they wanted to join me in reading this out loud and torturing everybody?
I've got it open.
All right.
Well, I do as well.
All right. So me, Tech, maybe DM, and Crazy. So really quick on the story here. The whole idea behind this is right now Vaguely has the group of me, Suki, Cold Dust, and CMC on an adventure, while everybody else has been left behind to tend the bar. So I thought, what the hell are they doing while we're basically almost getting eaten and eaten by plants, flying around with donuts and also other random lightning shenanigans and such. And so we'll go ahead and get started. I'll read the the non-line parts, and we'll just incorporate everybody's lines as it goes. Because ironically, the storylines here does involve Deathlight, DM, and Tech.
I better grab this from somewhere else because my eyes are not working for me real well.
Yeah. All right, so here we
I need
have.
to zoom in.
Now here we have the story. Meanwhile. A loud sigh could be heard in the room, easily overcome by the sounds of digital music in one room and the clinking of glasses behind the bar. Running Tab looked over at the three ponies, laying their heads on the table, all wearing the same forlorn, bored, and annoyed expression. She could not tell which one let out the loud sigh. Oh, sorry, I should have just read it as is. She could not tell which one the loud sigh came from, or if they managed to sigh in unison. She gave a sigh of her own, putting her rag down onto the bar and stepping down off of the landing to walk around the bar and approach the table. The sight that greeted her was one that would easily be mistaken for a lost job or a bad breakup. Each pony was surrounded by several pint and shot glasses, easily filling up the space on the table not already occupied by their heads. Finally, Tab had enough and spoke out loudly enough to be heard by almost everyone in the bar.
Are you three going to mope the entire time they're gone?
The first to poke up his head was the palest of the three. At least they looked pale with the white fur. It didn't help that their hair was perpetually on fire, making them almost look like a living skull.
But they're probably having so much fun.
Okay. But they're probably having so much fun.
Yeah,
Tab-
everyone would take their own roles.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. Then
Yeah, let's go with that then. Yeah, everybody take their own roles. Tab grunted annoyed at the forlorn expression, grumbling back. ACMC, you want to grab this one then, since it's a Tab?
Right, DM is in here. Why is my brain They went out on business. I doubt they're having much fun. They make it sound like they're riding on trains and eating donuts in the clouds or something.
The next one to lift his head and respond was Tech.
But
who knows what they're doing? And usually they only have to go for a day. It's been so long.
The way you two sound is unbearable. If you're so bored, you could always play in the arcade.
The third finally raised his head, and Draconequist gave an annoyed puff from their nose.
Right. Now, nobody in their right mind would go in there. Lumi is doing the three dance race roundhouse kick super no miss first place champion challenge. And if anything causes her to lose combo, she will be.
Running Tab could only nod a little, knowing the last time it happened. She looked down, noticing all the glasses on the table, her curiosity catching up with her a little.
Okay, so what's up with all the drink glasses? I didn't think any of you were drinkers.
They looked them over for a moment. Actually, are any of you guys drinkers?
I know Death is.
No.
I am.
I don't
Okay,
drink
okay,
vodka,
sorry,
mostly Roman Coke.
Sorry. Okay, Deathlight is the drinker. Sorry, I figured one of you were. I had
I
a
drink
blanket.
too, Circuit.
You know what? I'm so sorry. I don't know. Why did I think none of you got? I think the question is who doesn't drink in this group, except for Toa.
But I was about to say, we generally talk about what we're drinking.
I was gonna say, you're the one that likes to abuse my damn redeem.
Yes, I do. Moving on. Okay, sorry. I'm gonna have to rethink that one.
Circuit, did you just think that everyone in the call was me?
No, cold, I kind of don't drink.
Maybe I did. Okay, so
I'm pretty sure I'm like the one person in this call group who doesn't drink. Like, it's not that I don't drink. It's just like I only do like once every so often, and by once every so often I mean like a single can of apple cider, and that's like once in 6 months.
Yeah, I don't even do that, Cole, so I'm the only one that doesn't drink.
so
Yes, Dance Dance
No.
Violence.
Dance Dance, but ooh, I like that. I should have remembered. That would have been funnier. That would have been so much funnier. Oh, all right. So
I must at least have my heart
So-
Roadhouse.
We've gotten distracted from the story here.
yeah, okay.
Yes, we have.
They looked them over for a moment. Then Deathlight replied, picking one up.
We're kind of hoping that we'll lay them all out on the table, and looking through them would be able to make everything silly looking.
Tech quickly chimed in with an addition.
Which it did for a bit. But that only lasted 4 hours.
Running Tab balked for a moment before speaking out loudly to an unseen individual.
4 hours. With glasses on the table. You only had one job!
A blue head peeked out from behind the push doors to the kitchen, and a robotic sound came out.
We are not allowed to go outside, or else the authorities of this land will eviscerate us and toss our scrap heap to the nearest portal. Ma'am, I repeat what the boss man gave me, Tab. I can't do anything else.
What?
He just added it and move it on.
Yeah, why? Don't ad-lib. Running Tab gave an annoyed sound like that.
We already told you that only pertains to outside the building, not the kitchen. And it wouldn't be a problem if you would just wear that pony body. I mean, we're in the rift, but there are limits. What even are you?
We are a bipedal human.
Okay, who is this line?
That's still running.
I don't rightly care. Just get the dishes later. For all brings that thing in for free labor. Hires a hippogriff that's more than just an arcades and the tables. I swear, when this green plot gets back in here.
And all she could do was huff off back to the counter and drink from the nearby mug of what looked like chilled coffee.
The dishes have not been.
Whatever was about to be said.
No.
I think it was supposed to be like drunken from or something like that. But yeah, whatever was whatever was about to be said was cut off with a yell of frustration and a large yellow bar of soap being chucked at the blue head. A loud smack and the noise of metal hitting the ground could be heard. No one could tell if it was from the cookware or the dishwasher. Running Tab continued to grumble as the three looked at her for one moment and then back at each other. Almost like they all had the same idea, they started to talk between one another. You know, I gotta admit, I probably should have emphasized who was saying what on
Yeah,
this.
No,
So,
I think I
are
saw
good.
He's in the fridge back there.
Well, are you two? Oh, and yes, there was lettuce and tomatoes that look like they'll go bad
We
soon.
skipped the line.
we just give a line.
Oh, damn it!
It's okay. DM, go ahead and grab that line then.
Yeah, I already spoke the first one.
In that case,
so
Teth, could you grab
technically,
that little line? Circuit, reminder to actually notate people next time.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think there was some dough from the burrito last night, or a few days ago. Like, that didn't get used. Ugh.
What are you two? Oh, and yes, there was some lettuce and tomatoes that look like they'll go bad soon, so we should use them. And he did pick up some of that La Burger we can cook up.
I was trying to make a combination of lab and hamburger meat, you know, kind of a thing that's being worked on right now.
Are we your guinea pigs?
No, that was actually based off of a science that actually is going on where they're trying to make lab grown meat so that cattle don't have to keep raising cattle anymore. Yeah, it's interesting stuff.
Impossible Whopper.
It's literally an impossible
Okay.
Whopper. Okay.
Get back to narrating.
Yeah.
Running Tab kept trying to look stern and unamused, but her ears twitched in the direction a little as they began to collect the glasses up. Just go on the rotation that we had for the three talking. So,
Well, we should clean this table off.
Yes, after all.
we.
yeah, go ahead.
Excuse me.
My bad. Okay, again, I apologize. Definitely go ahead.
Yes, after all, we can't enjoy it without an empty space to put it all.
As the three collected glasses onto a few serving trays, they laid them on their back. There was some noise as they pushed something aside, and water could be heard, almost as if on cue. Running Tab sighed and laid her head down on the counter.
That fool better come back. As far as this round, if he is worthless.
She smiled a little before closing her eyes and letting a light nap overtake her, whether it was by will or by force. She wasn't sure blah blah blah. She wasn't sure how long it was until a yell of
Rise!
you know, I'll take it.
All right, who's doing
Suddenly startled her awake. No, actually that worked. It was supposed to be a group
Okay.
yell, so that works for me. She looked over and saw the three standing there
Yeah.
with huge grins, and the table that used to have their faces and glassware on it now sat several plates filled with tasso fixins. They're tassos now. Taco fixins.
Taxo
Big bad
fixins.
tacos.
She blinked for a moment and smiled a little as the scent started to hit her now awake nose. She got up and took a large drink of the definitely cold coffee, emptying the cup before going over to them.
Okay, so that was death. So tech.
No. This is running.
Well,
This is running tab.
we can close a little
Yeah.
early for a private party. Better get some now before Lumi finishes gaming. She'll probably eat half of it, if not all.
Almost as if on cue, a loud cry was heard, and the sound of several game overs hitting at once came from the arcade. A few moments later, a very sweaty, disheveled, and depressed hippogriff came into the room.
Trick. So close to the finish line.
She looked up to see the group and the taco spread, and almost like she was revived with an elixir, her wings perked up, and she bounced over with a grin.
Ooh, taco night. It's been forever since we had one. Where's the sauce?
As her voice trailed off, and she looked over at Running Tab.
Your face.
Your face.
Actually, go ahead, DM. Yeah, they're talking at each other for a moment, so.
What?
Close enough. She looked at Lumi curiously,
Yeah.
and then quickly turned over to the bar and grabbed a dark bottle of beer and used it as a mirror. She could see someone painted a cutie mark on her face.
Why is there? What did you? Why am I?
She looked over, and the three formerly grinning ponies now were looking away, whistling and muttering to themselves, and seemed to look at everything else but her.
You three.
The pale one spoke first.
Well, you look so peaceful. You look so peacefully asleep, so we couldn't resist. After all, the rage on the train yard.
it's all the rage.
Yeah.
Sorry. After all the rage.
It is in the train yard. Yeah.
After all the rage of the train
I'm
yard.
so tired, man.
No, it's okay. I like that. After all the rage of the train yard.
Oh, I missed who was
I'm
speaking
sorry,
where. This is Tab talking. Okay.
Yep.
Oh, it is? Well, I should share it.
The three immediately turned around to try to run, seeing a Lumi with a playful grin, a coil of rope, and somehow a painting kit next to her.
Lumi,
Who is she now?
you get
Pinkie
a
Pie?
gold star.
She's basically our Pinkie Pie, but she's also a video game maniac, so yeah. They both giggled and walked closer to the three, their faces showing their demise was to come, with no way to stop it. Later that afternoon, if you looked into the windows, you could see a group of ponies and a hippogriff sitting around the table and eating tacos while laughing, and all of them wearing a cutie mark on their face and an arcade joystick on the hippogriff. The end.
Fun.
Yeah, I did.
Joke's on you, I don't have a butt mark.
She just painted his whole face with his color of coat.
There we go, we'll go with that.
So white. So you couldn't tell.
No, I don't know, maybe they just put a lantern on it or something.
Well, different shade of your color then.
Yeah. But yeah, that was the meanwhile. And for some odd reason, earlier today, while we were getting the pre-show going, another story popped up from Toa, which makes me have to wonder if I'm being mimicked or mocked somehow. I don't know what to think.
Apparently, this is
Apparently,
Tab
great
and
minds think
Commander.
alike.
I also get a small role, but I wasn't trying to do anything other than fix the freaking hole in the ceiling.
So we'll go ahead and burn through this real quickly, just because of time. I promise. The red-maned mare looked onto the varying brown of the floorboards and the wall as a brighter spot in the roof. The hole was from some random thing that she turned out, mostly because she was not paid enough for this. The maintenance creature was currently working on fixing it, which explained why the bar was almost empty, save for other staff members and a few of the regulars that are used to stuff like this. I do apologize if I trip up. I don't know if it's me or the actual wording.
It could be me.
Yeah,
Could
that's
be the
why.
wording, could be
That's yeah.
What font is this?
This is Times.
Huh. She could
Haven't
see
seen
the
it
main
in a
waitress
while.
that was playing on on an arcade cabinet as the chirps of joy came from her. The mare envied the youth of the hippogriff. She knew of past pain of the whole hippogriff species, but the peepiness reflected a younger mare
puppiness.
before the world broke that down. The noise of a creature sitting down came to her ears and turned her head to see the burnt orange dragon that hung around the place.
Hey, Commander.
The mayor responded as she got ready to take his order.
So, normal drink and bar snacks?
Okay, who wants to sound like an awesome dragon that we love and enjoy, but but probably doesn't want to come on here and voice himself?
I guess I could do it.
All right, Textellion, go for it.
Yeah, that'll be fine, Tab.
The dragon replied, looking at the hole in the roof.
I take it Toa is still up there?
Yep.
Tab gathered the drink and food.
He just got back with supplies a few hours ago. Said it would be a bit before it was done. Granted, given I've seen that less progress from the contractors, I'm just letting it be.
He does know that he could just call the insurance company to have it fixed.
Commander Something would have actually come on to voice himself. Sorry, Commander!
I
What
think he
time is
does, but he also said that increased payments and Circuit already has enough issues beyond the bar.
Commander just shook his head as he grabbed his microphone and got on the Discord call. Apparently, you're feeling like if you gotta do a voice right, you have to do it yourself. Actually, seriously, Commander, if you do want to come on and voice yourself, we won't object. But if you want us to go ahead and just finish it off, it's a short story anyway. We only got a few lines left. Okay, Commander. All right. So while we're waiting for Commander, let's go ahead and at least get the next week's prompt set up. Wow, that was fast. Never mind. Hi, Commander.
Yep.
Crap, wrong button to mute.
You was just a hop, skip.
Hi,
and a
Commander.
shout.
Something. Welcome to the Brony Show, where apparently you got shoehorned into a story.
Where's script? I just realized.
Last link in content creation.
Yeah.
All right, and let's see.
Give away all that stuff. Let me scroll down. There we go. Where are we? Which page?
First, we're at the
about
first
page-
page. Second, we're at first page, second half of the first page. I blocked it. I'm trying to block in the area. I don't know if you'll see
All
it.
the insurance company have it fixed. I remember hearing that. That's it.
Yeah, he
Oh,
has
we got
enough
distracted.
issues beyond the bar.
Yeah.
The next line.
You lost me.
He does, but he
Commander
also
just
said
shook
that
his
could
head.
increase payments, and Circuit already has enough issues beyond the bar.
Commander
That-
just shook his head.
That bot is helpful to the point of annoyance.
The light from the hole was slowly eclipsed by a new section of the roof, followed by the sound of a nail gun. The creatures under the roof just stopped and waited before the nail gun stopped.
Huh. Got it done.
Tab commented.
I still think someone needs to inspect it before I give him some of that praise.
Commander suggested as he took a sip of his drink. The moment from the roof headed to the back of the building to the internal rooftop ladder. It was a few minutes before the blue robot with a visored head covered in sawdust and tilt dust.
I still have to get some insulation to do. I still got some insulation to do, but should keep the rain out before the storm tomorrow.
Toa spoke before noticing Commander.
Oh, hey, didn't see you come in.
It's fine. You were busy.
The dragon just smiled.
glared.
Glared. The dragon just glared, feeling like he got shoehorned into a story.
Commander used glared. It was ineffective.
I'm heading home, Tab. I got a kid to deal with once he gets home from school.
The bot said as he patted his lines somehow.
Have a good night.
Commander shouted as the door closed and was locked for a moment behind him. A moment of just the sounds of the arcade while the other two just looked at each other.
I think you skipped lines, but okay. It's rather boring without the normal crew.
Did I?
Nope, you're good.
There was a moment of just sounds of the arcade while the other two just looked at each other.
Yeah, I thought I said. I might have missaid that, but I thought I said that.
Yeah, they may exhaust me, but I do miss them. Did you know that robot has a kid? I didn't know that.
This is
Unfortunately,
what I get for
the
trying
robot forgot the warnings that were already heated into him, and thousands of Rift volunteers decided to hunt him down. The screams and clunking were heard for hours. Nobody cared.
And you wonder why I say you are so mean and horrible to me when I was trying to be nice.
It's kind of confusing to me that I do art for several months, and then I decide to switch it up and write a story, and that you also add on writing a story the exact same the next day. I don't know, it just...
In fairness, I was thinking about this over thing and said, fuck it, I'll write the story as well.
You know, considering I also mentioned I was doing the story last week, maybe I took a little upon myself there. But first, Commander Something, thank you so much for jumping on just to say a few lines out of nowhere. And while we have you, do you mind if I use you as a prompt? Basically, I want to ask you, what do you think the challenge of the week for next week should be?
Anything but something related with food. No food.
No
Enough with the
food.
Food.
No food. That's the
Food.
challenge. Next week's challenge. No food. It doesn't matter
No
what you
cookie
do,
for
just
you.
no food. Don't put any
No
food
cookie
in
for
there.
you.
It's a famine. It's diet time. It's diet famine time.
And
Whatever you want.
fast like
That
the
still
monks.
seems like a food-focused prompt.
Yeah, it's so focused that there's none at
There's a
all.
lack of food.
No food. No food.
Just go with the table. Or a
An empty
bookshelf.
table.
Or a book to the face. Who knows?
Then we have the Protest Initiative Challenge.
A good pen.
A good pen.